Hi everyone. Today I am walking through Metronome Synth and our exciting new feature called Smart Farming, which you can see over here in the corner. Um, Trigger warning, gas is really high right now. I've got the gas tracker up over here. You're going to see some high gas rates, but gas is way higher than normal, so just take that into account. Anywho, um, so with Metronome Synth, what you're able to do is take yield bearing or otherwise productive positions, mostly through Vesper, deposit to Metronome, keep your yield on your productive position, then you can mint a synthetic asset where you can LP and earn additional APY. You can trade it as a cent, you can use it as a loan. And perhaps most exciting is you can essentially convert these back to more of your deposits. Our synthetic assets are supported on the open market on Curve. I'm going to show you over here. We have incentives live on our different pools, so people are incentivized to come in and provide liquidity. We just launched in the past few hours our pool with Fraxi, so you can see the yield's really high right now. It'll come down as people deposit capital. But essentially, there are incentives for people to come in and provide their assets to support liquidity, which means users can come in, they can convert their synthetic ETH and synthetic USD back to more of their deposit asset. Oops. That's what I've done here. You can see I've generated a bunch of MSUSD and MSE, and I've converted it back to more stable coins, back to more ETH positions. This is a very costly endeavor, which is what smart farming accounts for, which we will start chatting through here in a second. But essentially, if I want to deposit my Vesper position in USDC or Frax or staked ETH or whatever, I have to deposit, mint, go to Curve, swap, redeposit to Vesper, redeposit to Metronome, mint, swap over and over and over again, 5-10 times. It can take hours and it can take thousands of dollars worth of gas. Smart farming is an abstraction of that process where in one click, in one set of transactions, you can deposit, generate as much as you want, swap, redeposit all in one go. It saves a lot of time, it saves a lot of energy, and it saves a ton of gas. I'm going to get into it right now over on the Smart Farming tab. So this tab is Smart Farming, and this is the essentially pick all your stats that you want, and it's going to one click do the deposit, mint as many synthetics as you need, swap them, redeposit all in one go. So you can see that I already have a Vesper position in USDC and CBETH. The cool thing, if you don't want to go through Vesper outright, you can do that in this tab as well. So right now we just have USDC. We will have the other ones. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick USDC. Let's say I want to put 2,500 worth. So right now the estimated APY is what you earn on Vesper. That's the real yield over here on Vesper. I can click in and I can show you. Here's where we're getting yield. Here's the earning rate. Fantastic. It's real yield, so essentially what we're able to do is multiply it. I can set my loop up as high as essentially just under the collateralization ratio for VAUSDC. So let's say I want to do over here, I can set it myself as well. Let's say I want to do, oops, there we go. I want to do 5x. This estimated APY then shows effectively that 8% in change times 5 minus this synth balance fee. That is essentially an interest fee. It's 1% streamed over the course of a year per block. So it's 8% in change times 5 minus 1% times 4. And the reason why it's 4 is because you come in with 1x already. So you only need to borrow, or you only need to mint, 4x. Anyways, I'm going to go through here. It shows how many MSUSD it's going to mint. VAUSDC is not 1-to-1. It's worth a little bit more than $1. So you can see 2,500 here is 26. I'm going to set my slippage tolerance is accounts for the peg and the swaps and all that. We're going to go ahead and confirm. Trigger warning on the gas. Gas is really high right now, but it's still way, way, way lower than if you're depositing, swapping, minting, over and over again. You can see right now it shows $450. This is overestimating what it's actually going to be. I'll pull it up into Etherscan once it goes through. Okay, successful. I will pull it up here on Etherscan. So I actually paid $276 in gas, and that's at 88 Gwei. So I think, you know, if you're coming in as a real user, be sensitive to the gas. It's been super high the past few days, but typically this Gwei sits somewhere between 20 and 30 as like a regular rate, which would make this only cost 1/4. So say it's whatever that would be, $75 or so, 60, 70, $80. I'm going to walk through the different steps. So this first step is I'm depositing the USDC, the VA USDC into the smart farming contract. That mints the entire MSUSD that I'm going to be minting and swapping. So instead of having to deposit, mint, swap, it'll just mint all of it that you need all in one go. It goes over to Curve, it swaps it, we get USDC, everyone's happy. That gets redeposited into the Vesper pool, that gets redeposited into Metronome, and then at the end of the day, you have your deposit voucher here for how much you've deposited into Metronome, and you have your total position settled in just one click. So that is smart farming. I can go over, I deposited 2,500, I borrowed 10,000. I can go over to the main synth app, and this is now reflected here. I've generated more MSUSD, I've deposited more VA USDC. You can see my synth limit and my health factor. This is essentially saying how much buffer do I have before I face liquidation. Again, I'm minting a synthetic USD against a USDC and a Frax, and I'm minting a synthetic ETH against an STETH, an RETH, and ETH. And so my risk of liquidation, that 3%, only comes into effect if these guys deviate 3% from their peg. So I feel comfortable there. And yeah, that's effectively it. So this is a really super awesome feature that allows users to easily ramp up and hit high APY, and high APY that is not burdensome, is fairly consistent, fairly sustainable, and honestly, it's something where you can sleep at night with these types of positions versus, you know, pool to meme coin APY. Otherwise, it's hard to get, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60% APY on stable coins and ETH. And so, yeah, I hope that you find this useful, and I hope that you check out Metronome Synth and Smart Farming, and I will chat with you guys in the Discord and otherwise. Thanks.